Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist, back again. We have another God level deck for you guys today. And before we get into that, I just want to keep reminding you guys, there's still another day or so before we cut the voting in the comment section about whether or not you guys want all of the Earthbound Immortals and, of course, for the Nordic God cards to receive their own decks each. Again, I understand it's like 10 different decks by doing it this way, but I would like each one to sort of get a different feel and a different flavor, and it feels like more care could be given to them by doing this. That's my opinion. My vote would be, of course, to do 10 different builds, because for me, that's super exciting and something fun to do. But again, ultimately, I'm going to leave the choice with you guys, as it should be. Second, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping in today, and hopefully my dogs won't get too excited about people doing the yard work. Because every time I've been filming, that seems to have been happening lately. Again, a lot of people picking up the fallen leaves lately is what it is. Now, today's deck, we want to focus in on Timaeus, the Knight of Destiny. He is a God-level warrior fusion monster card. And he hails from the Waking the Dragon portion of the original story arc, when Joey Kaiba and Yugi were going toe-to-toe with, I don't remember if they called themselves some sort of riders, but they were using the Seal of Orichalcos, and these were their immediate trump monsters. Now, as far as the rest of the main deck and extra deck, I do hope you'll forgive me. It was the most fun thing I could think of, and it was sort of based on a couple of decks I've been playing in my spare time lately, so try not to get too mad too quick. So, real quick, let's get you guys the deck list. We're going to start off with one copy each, Hermos, Critias, and Timaeus. Each one of these legendary knights has the very same. They are all 8-star light warrior effects, 28 by 18, and most of their effects, all three of their effects start the same. That is, none of these may be normal summoned or set. They must all be special summoned with the spell card Legend of Heart. When they are special summoned, they target a face-up spell trap card on the field and banish it. This is where they get different. Critias says, when he is targeted for an attack, I may target one trap card in the graveyard, set it, and it may be activated this turn. Okay, Hermos can go ahead and take the name and effect of a monster that's already in our graveyard until the end phase of the turn, replacing his own, original name and stuff with that. And then, of course, we have Timaeus. Timaeus says, when this card is targeted for an attack, you can target a spell card in the graveyard and set that card. Now, again, unlike Critias, he's not going to say that he'll be activated. So if you pick a quick play, I guess you're out of luck. But for consistency issues in this deck, one copy of each, please. Moving on to the remainder of the deck, let's kind of just toss the boys like I normally do. There we go. And you guys are going to find out real quick that I really put the Destiny in the Destiny Knight. So first up, we're going to use 2 copies, Destiny Hero Celestial. When this card declares an attack, we can target a face-up spell that the opponent controls, destroy said spell. If we do, inflict 500 points of damage. Well, we have no cards in the hand except the turn this is sent to the graveyard. Then we may choose to banish this card and an additional Destiny Hero in the graveyard to draw 2 cards. This effect is only once per turn, and he sort of here is like a failsafe net. Additionally, we are going to play 3 copies of the Destiny Hero Dogma. Triple special summon by attributing 3 monsters. One at least has to be a Destiny Hero. Additionally, once per turn, if we still control this during our opponent's next standby phase after special summoning, we can then half the opponent's life points, giving us just an astronomical advantage here. It's very nice. And he starts off at a quick 3,400. So again, pretty cool. Kind of like a pseudo-god in the fact that he takes a triple tribute. Next up, something that's really going to make this deck easier. 3 copies of the Destiny Hero Draw Hand. When special summoned by the effect of a hero monster card, we can make each player draw 1 card. During the next standby phase after this card is sent to the graveyard, he can special summon back from the graveyard, banishing when he leaves the field that time. And then each of these effects is once per turn. So again, he can do some really fun, cool things. Additionally, we're going to play 3 copies of Drill Dark. Drill Daddy here says that if it is normal or special summoned, we may special summon a Destiny Hero from the hand with attack equal to or less than this card's attack while it's on the field. So again, if you do have a field spell that's going to pump this up, you can get into a higher search off of it, but not likely, not the way that we're playing this. You can only use this effect once per turn, and if this card attacks defense monsters, of course, the drill is going to allow us piercing. It's not Destiny Hero if you're not playing too malicious. You guys know this guy. Banish him while in a discard pile to special summon another copy from the deck. And we're going to finish off the monsters with 3 copies of the Destiny Hero Plasma. Another very pseudo-god card in the fact that it cannot be normal summoned or set, but does require a triple offering to special summon itself. Cannot be special summoned by any other means. While this card is face up, it negates the effects of all face up effect monsters the opponent controls. And then once per turn, it's almost like relinquished. Target a monster they control, equip that card to this. Gain attack equal to half the attack the equipped monster had. You can only equip 1 monster at a time with this effect. And does it say it has to be a face-up monster? Target 1 monster your opponent controls. So honestly, I do believe if you equip a face-down, it's going to count as a 0/0 equip. Guys, let me know if that's real or not in the comment section. And just real quick, go ahead, take the notes, pause, take some notes. Or, of course, take a screenshot of what you see, and we'll be back with the spells and traps momentarily. All right, now before I get into the spells, some of you may have noticed most of the lineup is very similar to my Destiny Exodia Common Charity build, and that is not lost on me. That was kind of the point. I was looking for really a draw engine to pair off with these guys, but giving them a way to actually be able to combat the opponent at the same time, because I don't want to leave you guys defenseless just for a gimmick, because that would be awful. But going into the spells, you are going to see some fun stuff. First up, it's obligatory. You have to play 3 copies of Destiny Draw if you're going to do this. What it does is it allows you to discard a Destiny Hero card to draw 2 cards. It's perfect. Next up, we're going to be playing 3 copies of the Foolish Burial. It's going to make more sense when we get to the Legend of Heart, and I know that you guys are going to figure this out. The next one is going to let us be more competitive. We are going to be playing 3 copies of the spell card Fusion Destiny. Why would we do that? Fusion summon a fusion monster from the extra deck that lists a D hero as material, using cards from hand and deck as material, destroy during the end phase of the next turn. Also, for the remainder of the turn after this resolves, you cannot special summon except dark heroes, 1 per turn. So again, should be fun. And again, for those of you who maybe missed the ban list like I did, I believe it was October 3rd, this went back up to 3. So again, we get to abuse it. It's fine. Next up, we are going to use 3 copies of the Legend of Heart spell card. Now, let me just go ahead and pull this B-boy up here and explain to you what this is going to do. We need to pay 2,000 life points and tribute a warrior monster in order to activate it. So again, Destiny heroes all being warriors. This is going to be really helpful. Banish up to 3 legendary dragon spells with different names from the hand and or graveyard. So I think the Foolish Burial goods are starting to make sense. If we do special summon that many legendary night monsters with different names from the hand deck or graveyard. Again, that's why we only play single copies. It doesn't matter where they are. If we were to have to discard them for anything, it would be totally fine. And again, we can only activate 1 of these per turn. So again, we want to maximize this. We want this to be, more synergetic with the rest of the deck so that we are giving ourselves the best chance of playing Timaeus, the Knight of Destiny. And then to go with that, we are going to play single copies of the Claw of Hermos, the Eye of Timaeus, and the Fang of Critias. Now, real quick, I'm not playing any targets for them. These cards are meant to be thrown away for the Legend of for the Legend of Heart. We are not attempting to summon these dragons. The most consistent way I found to play this deck was I could either build it around Dark Magician and then worry about where I was going to get a warrior, or I could play it in with the Destiny heroes and just throw them out. Again, this is why we need the Foolish Burial goods. We could set them as bluffs. There's a lot of things you can do with them, and it's totally fine. Last spell card I want you guys to use, 3 copies of Trade-In. Because, again, if we go back through the monsters, for those of you that were paying attention, all 3 of the Legendary Knights are 8 stars. So there's 3 targets. And then you have 3 copies of Dogma, and you have 3 copies of Plasma. So you actually have 9 targets for your 3 trade-ins. And I think this is like maybe the best variant to be able to use this. And again, the Legend of Heart can special summon them from the graveyard. So again, it doesn't matter if we toss them. In fact, I almost encourage it. And then last up, I want to use the Magical Hats. Now, I know that this one's seeming like a total left field play, but let me explain this, okay? So if I find a Magical Hats, and I've already activated one Foolish Burial Goods, I've already thrown one of my 3 dragons in my discard pile. What I'm really trying to do is get the other 2 as the hats while I'm defending with this trap card. Because no matter what, my opponent calls off the attack, they still get destroyed. Very much the same way we do this with Gear Town, I'm going to do this with the legendary dragon spells to make sure that by maximizing the Legend of Heart, minimizing my amount of warriors since they can be played from anywhere, and maximizing and being more creative with the ways to throw the spell cards to the discard pile, I'm trying to streamline the play of Timaeus, the Knight of Destiny in this moment. So again, guys, that's it. That is the 40 card main deck. Here's the spell traps. So maybe go ahead, take the screenshot or pause, make your notes, whichever you do. And if you'll allow me another moment, I'll clean the field one last time and I'll go get that extra deck, all right? Just uno momento, por favor. All right, now leading into the extra deck, I do want to start by going straight out of order because normally I'm a very big stickler for the whole alphabetics. It's just the way I've always organized everything. In fact, if we take and we just kind of go to the top of the table, you guys are going to see I'm actually really, really bad about this. I still haven't put away some of earlier this week's decks or last week's. But I promise you, every one of those stacks is alphabetically organized. So shout out to the compulsive nature of organization. And let's talk about Timaeus. This is the reason we built the deck. We wanted to be able to play this card. He's super hard to play. I think we made it very easy. His recipe is all 3 of the knights, Timaeus, Critias, and Hermos. And yes, it does drive me nuts that they didn't put that in alphabetical. Must be special summoned from the extra deck by sending the above cards you control to the graveyard and may not be special summoned any other way. You do not use polymerization in order to do this. This card is unaffected by other card effects, which is kind of amazing. And once per battle, if this card attacks or is attacked during damage calculation of either player's turn, you may make this card's attack and defense become equal to the attack of the monster on the field with the highest attack. It becomes my choice if tied, which is weird, but whatever. When this card is destroyed by battle, I may special summon 3 legendary knights from the hand deck and or graveyard, ignoring their summoning conditions. Now, the best way to play this is actually to play multiple copies, because once you've played it once, you can now juggle them. His whole deal is basically to just be able to go in, go at the biggest card, and then hopefully 3 28-point cards are going to be enough. Again, you can also go into some Xyz tactics afterward if you guys really want. It's not the way I built this one today. But again, since they are 8s, number 38, Hope Harbinger, good play, great play. Knight of Felgrind could be kind of amusing. You could end up going into the Divine Arsenal Zeus, depending on whether or not you attack with that card. It is what it is. I wanted to go with like a base Link fusion play, just because that's what I was feeling. But just know that you guys can customize this out any which way you want. And in fact, I'll even say a couple of cards I could take out in order to increase the Timaeus count at the end. So real quick, the rest of the cards we were playing, Destiny and Dragoon. This is Plasma and Dogma. Fusion of this can only be done with the above materials. Once per turn, target a monster the opponent controls, destroy the target if it was face up. Inflict damage to the opponent equal to the attack that card has had on the field. So if it was improved, it's fine. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Once per turn during a standby, if this is in your graveyard, you can banish a D hero to special summon this card back. Now, again, what this could do is with the Fusion Destiny, we could just keep bringing it back. One of the cards you could easily throw away is Dangerous. It's just a Destiny hero plus Dark Effect. And honestly, if you guys wanted to sideboard into things like, I don't know, Super Polys, like you could totally use these. This would be fine. Then you would increase the number of this. It doesn't really matter what the effect is. We don't really use him. The one that we're actually trying to play is going to be the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, Big shout out to my boy George. After I threw my big tantrum, he smiled, he laughed at me, he said, "You know I don't play Destiny Heroes. Would you like to play it? But you have one condition, you have to play it within a month." So this counts. So thank you for this. It's a level 6 or higher hero card plus 1 Destiny hero. Monsters the opponent control lose 200 attack per hero in the graveyard. Use the following effects once per turn. Quick effect, destroy both this and this. Both one card I control and one card on the field. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, it can activate this effect. Special summon 1 Destiny hero from the graveyard during the standby of the next turn. So again, I'm just going to target him to get out of the Fusion Destiny loop and start some spot control and make it a little easier. And for right now, I was playing a copy of Dominance just because. But again, like what I'm saying is if you're going to play the other things, you could drop the DN Dragoon in Dominance. These could be extra copies of Timaeus. And we'll show in the links what I would change for the Dangerous. And a Destroyer Phoenix is just however many you play. Dominance was just in here for goof. The rest of the cards we play, I play Appaloosa, Gravity Controller because it's actually kind of fun, IP Masquerena, Phoenix, Unicorn, Saryuja. Now Saryuja can go or it can stay. I do enjoy the drawing effect, which is pretty awesome. The Underworld Goddess, it feels kind of like I need it. I do play 2 Cross Crusaders, and I feel like this one needs a moment. But this is one of the ones you could easily drop down to 1 to double up on your Dangerous while maximizing out your Timaeus. Or maybe you're going to play 2 Timaeus, maximize out Dangerous. Doesn't matter. 2 Warriors, if this is Link summoned. Target a Destiny hero in the graveyard, special summon it. Again, we could do this to draw hand, just to get him back. Tribute a Destiny hero monster, add 1 hero with a different name from the deck to the hand. Each effect, once per turn, you cannot special summon that turn, except heroes. So, fantastic. And then the last one I played, again, I was kind of on the fence with this. I want your guys' opinion on this one. Extra Hero Wonder Driver. And again, this one's like a little bit older. It's any 2 heroes. If a hero monster is normal or special summoned to a zone this points to, target a polymerization spell card or a fusion spell card or a change quick play spell card in the graveyard. Set the target. All it does is reuse our Fusion Destiny. Again, if you're not going to be using more than 1 copy of Phoenix Destroyer, I guess he's a safe out as well. Maybe you want to maintain 2 Cross Crusaders. You can only use this effect once per turn. If destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon a hero from your hand. So again, maybe we don't need the Wonder Driver. Wonder Driver to Timaeus. Saryuja to possible Dangerous. Dragoon and Dominance to Dangerous for sure. So again, you could play like a 2-3. And then if you were running the Super Polys in the sideboard, then that makes more sense. So, I mean, it is up to you. I just chose these cards because, again, these were playing well for me. There wasn't a situation where I felt like I misplayed while playing this. And it was just a ton of fun getting to play Timaeus. So, guys, what did you think? Did you enjoy it? Let us know in the comment section down below. And, again, if you want to help support us, maybe throw us a like as well. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you've been enjoying the content, or, maybe just go check out some of the other videos if you haven't subscribed yet. We've got boatloads of stuff. I mean, we're right now in our 3rd year of production here. So there's like 2 years worth of back catalog. We do a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of things that we've phased in and out. Some things that we're going to be bringing back soon. Some things that haven't been out yet. So I do hope that you guys will enjoy all of that. But of course, like usual, there is one thing I need to ask of you guys, and that is for you guys to go out and attempt to have a great day. I want you guys to pursue the happiness, do the thing that you've been putting off for yourself, and just enjoy it, okay? Outside of that, guys, I hope to see you guys next time. See you later. Peace.